1,700. Two big milestones in one day. Crossing into Oregon and 1,700. The 1,700 is not as big of a milestone, but still pretty cool. And tomorrow I'll be in Ashland, and all will be okay once I take a shower and wash my clothes and eat real food and relax. But for now, pretty nice views. I have a story for you in the morning. Good morning. I'm about 8 miles from the highway that leads to Ashland. I'll actually be staying in Medford. And thank goodness. I need a rest, so I'm taking 2 nights off the trail. Taking a 0 before getting back out there. I didn't sleep great last night because I went to a campsite that on Gut Hook said had 2 to 3 tent sites. And so I was aiming for it for a couple hours. I get there, there's only 1 tent there. I'm like, great, I can see the other 2 sites, 1, 2, 3. So I go down there to start setting up my tent. And from the other tent, I hear like a hello. And I'm like, oh, hi, just looking for a place to set up my tent. And he's like, okay. And I was like, is that a problem? I could go further if I need to. I'm just pretty tired. And he's like, ugh, I guess. And I don't know if any of you guys have hiked the PCT, but this is a very busy trail. And there's tent sites on our app, and you can choose to use them if you want. And they will tell you how many sites there are. And it's very common for people to set up in the same area. Like almost every day that happens. And people have set up right next to me all the time. My first week, someone set up so close to me I couldn't open my door. And I was plenty far away from him. But anyway, I just did not sleep well knowing I was next to someone that didn't want me there. So if you plan on hiking the PCT, just know it is a social trail. And if you want to camp alone, pick a spot that only has 1 campsite, or 1 tent site, not 3. So anyway, that's my rant for the day. Beautiful views this morning. Nice walk. Temperature's good. I'm very excited to get to Medford. Not looking forward to possibly having to hitch alone if I don't catch up or see some people. So yeah, I'll see you in town. I also wanted to add that I did not show up to that camp late. I got there at 7:10, and so there was plenty of daylight, so there was no reason for him to be rude to me. And also I did consider going further. I checked the app to see where some potential campsites were, and I would have to be like hiking past dark because it's just pretty sloped here and there's just not a lot of spots. So anyway, don't be rude. We all gotta share this trail. Treat yourself. I got this cute Airbnb all to myself. It's a little guest house, and I think it is just what I need to relax. There's all my crap. And unwind. I'm gonna wash my clothes 8 times in a row because they're so dirty. So I'm gonna do things a little bit differently this resupply. I'm sending my stove forward to Washington. I'm gonna try to do a lot of miles in Oregon, and it's really hot and it's really buggy and I don't wanna cook. So that's going forward. So breakfast is pretty normal in second breakfast. Lunch is pretty normal. My dinners, I'm no longer cooking. What I got here is I got some tortilla bowls, some different meats, some onions, cheeses, guacamole, and a Cliff Bar, and a fruit roll-up. So we're gonna try that. This is almost 3,000 calories a day, which for me has been plenty so far. And then got all this prepackaged candy. I love chocolate, and usually I have chocolate, but it is 107 degrees in Medford, and granted, it's not going to be like that on the trail. It'll be high 90s though. So I can't have that much chocolate. It's just going to melt. So this is what I've come up with. I'll let you know how it goes. This is really hard to do alone. Everything's just a little more stressful when you don't have someone to talk it through with. There's a fire that broke out yesterday, and it grew from 300 acres to 18,000 overnight in Sayad Valley, which is where I was a few days ago. And I just read this post about like 14 hikers being evacuated in the middle of the night, and they had to hike in the dark and like a lightning storm for 10 miles, and there was ash everywhere, and they finally got somewhere in the middle of the night, and a pickup truck picked up like 20 people that those other hikers had found along the way. And yeah, it's really scary. I don't know, it's a lot. I'm at my Airbnb, and the sky's been orange all day. And there's also ash falling. Kind of looks like snow. So, I'm worried about getting back on trail. Hello. I am currently in northern Oregon. So let me fill you in about what happened. I was in Ashland, well, technically Medford. I was staying in Medford when the McKinney fire broke out, which is right at the California-Oregon border. It started in Sayad Valley, and starting to get really smoky, and ash was falling, and I still had one more night booked on my Airbnb because I planned on taking a much needed zero. And then as I was waiting there, other fires started popping up north of me, near like Crater Lakes, and there was more closures on the PCT, and the more and more time went by, the fires sparked more and more fires, and little ones, and I didn't feel like it was a good idea for me to get back on trail with all these new fires starting right there. So after some thinking, I decided to go ahead of the Lion's Head fire closure, which was closed well before this. I knew I was gonna have to go around that closure, and so I am right ahead of the Lion's Head closure. I'm at mile 2050-ish, and I'm heartbroken because this whole trip I've been looking forward to Oregon. I was just so looking forward to it. I'm still going to do it. My current plan is to knock out as much of Washington as I can, mosquito, while that's all burning behind me, and then go back and do it if it's open soon after the smoke settles. There's a lot of smoke in the air. It was a 6-hour drive here, and even on the way over here there's a lot of smoke. And so huge shout out to the person who actually inspired me to hike the PCT, Ren Abel, who hiked in 2020. They picked me up from Ashland. They live in Portland, so it was already a several-hour drive to pick me up, and picked up another hiker and drove me 6 hours around all the fires and closures, and here I am. So thank you so much, Ren, for, oh my gosh, everything, inspiring me to do this trail, first of all, but that's a lot of driving, and I can't express my gratitude enough. So yeah, currently heartbroken that this hike is not going to be this straightforward, continuous footpath that I want it to be so badly, but at least I don't have to worry about these fires. So yeah, I'll keep you updated. Now entering What was that? Anyway, now entering Mount Hood National Forest. Welcome to Mount Hood. There are large explosions going on. Good afternoon. I am on a roll this morning. I have done 22.7 miles and it is only 4:45. And so it would be really cool to do another 30. That would be my second 30. But I'm not gonna hold my breath for that, but it would be really cool. Just a few more miles to water, and then I'll see if there's campsites near the 30-mile mark. So yeah, and then Mount Hood, that's pretty cool. It was a little weird getting dropped off here yesterday. I've been through so many different types of environments. I've been through desert, high desert. I've been through the Sierra, which was like a high alpine, and then the volcanic region of the Cascades, and just so many different regions. But every time that I go into a new region, it's really gradual. And so maybe you'll start seeing a new type of tree, and you're like, oh, there's a new type of tree, or oh, there's a new type of flower. Oh, the soil is a different color here. But it was a very dramatic jump, going from where I was to here to avoid those fires and all the smoke. And I didn't like it. It made me anxious. But I'm getting used to it now that I've been here a day. So yeah, that's all I'm doing. I just hiked a marathon. I could go further. I'm actually feeling pretty good, and the sun is not that low. And I wanted to do 30 miles today, but I'm gonna stop early. One, because there's a beautiful lake here that I want to camp on, and two, I just met another hiker, and her and I were talking about how much we hate camping alone, and so we're gonna camp together tonight. I think it'll be good, and then I can wake up earlier since I'll get to camp earlier. So yeah, it's a nice day. I'm really glad that I'm out of the smoke of the fire that's near Sayad Valley, the McKinney fire. That would be really hard to hike in. I can't imagine going uphill and breathing in ashes. But the air is clear here. The sun's still sometimes a little like reddish, like I can tell there's some particulate matter in the atmosphere, but it's good here in the forest. Camping near this delightful lake. This is Timothy Lake. Great news. The Bigfoot danger is low today. Whew. Thank goodness. I just rounded this corner and got the most beautiful view of Mount Hood. Wow. There are lots of cool fungi in this area. My app couldn't identify these, but maybe someone else can. Very cool. My Seek app has told me that this is called dog vomit slime mold, and I think that's a really cool name. Dog vomit slime mold. Very cool. There is so much sand here, it's blowing in my eyes. I can't see. It's like a beach. had to cross this river. They're trying to figure out where to cross. I just crossed right there. And they're pretty good. Hello. I left Timberline Lodge today, and there was like 100 hikers there because a lot of people had to skip up because of the fires. So everyone from Northern California to Oregon had to find a place to go, and they picked one of a couple places, Shelter Cove, here, or a lot of them are doing other things like the Oregon Crest Trail. But there was so many people, and there's only so many campsites along the PCT, and so I hope I don't have trouble finding a campsite tonight or the night after. It's about 3 o'clock, and I took the Ramona Falls side trail, which is beautiful. I'm glad I did that. And now I'm just gonna hike. I kind of am aiming for a campsite in like 5 miles. So it's not a lot of miles done today, but that's okay. I'm not in a rush anymore, so yeah. It is a foggy morning. Good morning. I left Timberline Lodge yesterday, and I only did 20 miles. And I'm probably gonna get 2 Cascade Locks either tonight or tomorrow morning. I'm gonna take it easy. So yeah, there is so many people on trail from the bubble right now that last night I slept on like the slopiest slope ever because there was nowhere to camp. So I think that's gonna be my future for the next couple weeks. Yay! nice place to swim. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Today has been the most incredible day. I really enjoyed Tunnel Falls, and that was like a real highlight of the trip for me. And this bubble is actually turning out to be really cool because I'm just meeting so many new people. Everyone's so friendly, and it's hard for me to meet people sometimes, but everyone's been so nice. And it's just beautiful. I'm still on the Tunnel Bridge alternate. If anyone is watching this who is considering doing the PCT, I cannot recommend this alternate enough. Now the first mile is super challenging and downhill for a really steep mile, but the falls make it totally worth it. So yeah, that's what's going on with me. It's been a great day. To Cascade Locks. It's Washington, right over the border. With apple pie, gearhead, and goats. Pizza, burger. Because why settle for one? I'm having a salad. Wah.
Thank you. I can drink my Mountain Dew with confidence.
Bridge of the Gods. Here's a race. They're not clapping for me, but I still feel good. Still feel like they are. Sketchier than I thought it would be. It's really cool because normally there's like cars on this while you're passing, but it's closed from the foot race. So it's really cool. Made it. There's a race going on. Back at it. Oh, I don't know if I'm ready for this. Don't know. 506 miles to the border. Blackberries! All over this trail, there's so many. Yum. Good morning, slug. You're so cute. Why are you so cute? Neat. The skull of some animal. Does anybody know what? $2,200 for everybody else. Like I guess almost $1,900. Very cool. It's starting to rain. I have not talked much over the last day because I've been so focused on hiking. But yeah, I left Cascade Locks. I did 20 miles that day. I camped alone, and it was kind of scary. And then yesterday I did, I think like 22 or 23 miles. And I camped alone, but not too far from another group, so that was a little bit better. And then today I plan on doing 25 miles. It's pretty hard. Washington is very steep. But I'm alive. I'm doing well. This is the view from the other side of the ridge that I'm in. I wish I knew what the name of these mountains are. I think the other one was Adams. I don't know this one. I just saw the cutest little animal. Where did he go? I think it looked like a ferret. What is that? A mongoose? I don't know. He was so cute. There he is. What is that? Gonna have lunch here.